live, so stop everything. This is serious vibe. Catch us on the Wednesday, it's Liddy on the hump day. Listen in your car, got the beat on your Monday. Facebook Live, we live and direct. You can call and kick it with us, cause we show respect. Yo, a lot of topics, we always got it poppin'. You know we neighborhood, we always kickin' knowledge. Yeah, that's the stilo we do for the people. Flyer than the eagle, we ordinary people. We be kicking it, cause you know we living it. Come and catch a vibe, cause it's live, come and witness it. We down for each other, no matter the weather. It's the B139. Let's all stay together. What up?
What up, what up, what up?
What up? What up?
What up? What's good?
What up?
Beat 139.
Yeah, welcome to the Beat 139. I'm Doc.
I'm Don Vito. What's good? What's cracking? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing out there? So we got our special guest tonight. She came early. That's a professional. All professionals either come on time or they come early. We respect you for that.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you, and I love that hat.
Ow.
That hat is she said, ow. Exactly. So we got Violet. She's the founder, you know, she's the founder and choreographer of a dance company called kr3ts. What up,
Yes.
Violet? How you doing?
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys having me on the beat, because we're always on the beat, right?
That's
always
right.
on culture.
Always on the beat. I like that. I like that. I like that. So tell everybody where you from.
Well, I'm from Spanish Harlem in Barrio, and I have a nonprofit organization based there for the past 30 years. I started my company at the age of 17, and it's here where it's at now, still rising. Well, it stands for, I'm still 25. I thought y'all wasn't gonna get that, but you're on your job. It's like I'm at numbers. Yeah, at 17, I started my organization. At a young age, I was inspired by my sister, who was a hustle dancer, and I was like, oh my God. And they used to use me as a guinea pig and throw me all around. And then when I went to public school, I was in a dance school, and the dance teacher said, you need to go to an audition. We're having an audition happening tomorrow. I didn't know what it was. I did it, and I got a scholarship for 4 years to Alvinelli, and they trained me ballet, modern, jazz, and African, which is a great thing to have, because then you're knowing what part of the body you're working with, you know, as much as it's in our blood.
Yeah.
But it's great, you know, getting training, you know, and stretching and all that.
But before you get to your career part, I want the people to know from the beginning, to get to know you before, and what made you get into that. This way, you can lead up to your story.
So watching my sister was who inspired me, and then from there in school was what motivated me to say, oh my God, this is something great that I know, just generally, and I'm gonna go for it. And when I used to go training, they used to take me out of school twice a week, and we used to go downtown to 42nd to get training for 4 years. And I made sure I wanted to be the best. I didn't want that teacher screaming at me. And you know, I passed and got another 4-year scholarship. But during the midst of that, we used to be in the block parties, you know, the DJs plugging in the lamp post.
Right. Let's talk about that part.
We used to do the hustle, the WAP, the Cabbage Patch, battle, block party jams with the, Crazy Legs, the Rocksteady crew. A lot of people from back in the days used to just go out to have fun.
So check it out. So you grew up in El Barrio, right? Yeah. So a lot of things happen in El Barrio. So, a lot of drugs in El Barrio, right?
80s.
A lot of talented people in El Barrio, like you got Hector Camacho, you know what I'm saying? You got, there you go, you got, people that, Tito Puente, Marc Anthony.
Yeah.
So coming up as a young girl, what was life like this, coming through this, because, El Barrio, even Harlem, with some areas was rough. How did you get surpassed that coming up as a young girl?
You're talking to me right now, and I'm absorbing the difference of now and then. Yeah. It's crazy that you're saying this, because we're talking about our youth now. How are they just regular of all this happening, and shootouts is regular? And right now, when I'm listening to you, I'm like, to me, you asking that question, to me, it was regular. Even while you had drug addicts hanging in the corner and the block, or shooting up, or, smoking crack, and, but to us, we didn't mind that. We didn't, know much. You know, we was numb by it because we had people in the block protecting the blocks.
Right.
Yeah, you can't do that before school opens
Yeah.
and the school is closing, kids are coming, shut it down.
Yeah.
And there was at least a respect
Yeah.
back then.
Right.
So we didn't really get to see much. And if there was beef, they'll go to Jefferson and take care of whatever they gotta take care of.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And they didn't take innocent bystanders. That's the difference of now.
See, there you go.
You know, but now seeing back then, I'm sorry to say, we was more active than what it is now. We can't even sit on a stoop. We
Yeah.
can't lean on a car.
Yeah.
We used to break night in the
Break
block
night.
and lay on somebody's car and not even
Yes,
realize the value of
Yeah.
the car.
Yeah.
Or nobody saying, yo, get out, or shooting us because we touched it, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy you said that because I just saying that, like, we used to, like you said, lay on cars. Now people have a fit, like you just look, laying
on the car.
Yeah.
We used to play and jump over the
Right.
car.
Yeah.
That was part of like catch me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
jumping over car to car.
Wrestling on cars.
No,
and
I'm
stuff.
damaging
Wrestling,
my car.
huh?
This is
Slam
slam.
people on top of the car.
Exactly, and when y'all used to fight too, chasing your brother, my brother used to chase my other brother around the car, and he'd scratch him, slam him, but everything was good back then, like there was more values, morals, and respect, and there was backyards, the abandoned buildings, it was dirty, but I didn't think of getting stabbed with a glass, a cookie fell, we kissed it, we didn't die the next day,
Yeah.
we ate it, in the backyard we didn't get hurt, no broken bones, nobody found dead, or, you know, kids, you know, or disappearance,
Yeah.
and there wasn't no 7-Eleven and all these great stores different. Back then, we was like pro our community, and now that we're updated on the technology, and you got 7-Eleven every block, you got all these malls, technology is so updated, we don't even have to see somebody, we're on live or whatever, like what we're doing here,
Yes.
and we're not pro our community.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be like, yo, we're good, now we could go practice, now we could, the only thing is we can't be in front of a stoop, we can't hang in the corner and
Yeah,
talk
man.
that crap,
Yeah.
but in a way it's good because what happens, the next 10 years you come visit your friend, he's in that corner, right? So it helped us a bit, and it's true, it shouldn't be, because back then we used to not destroy our community. Nowadays, people sit in our stoop, they don't care, an old man is passing by, they're ruckus, So that's the difference of what I came through, and I was numb for it. I used to walk through 117 all the way to 99th Street and going to each bar, lounge, jams, and not worried about getting robbed. With a Shirley.
Yeah.
My man back there, he brought me two Shirleys, and he was like, hey, you're too comfortable. You're walking like you own the block.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I just feel safe. And I was always safe. God,
Yeah.
thank God.
Yeah. But like you said, it was different back in the days. People looked out for each other.
Yeah.
When they had beef, they really had beef.
Right.
Silly beef, dudes will squash it because dudes are trying to get money.
Right,
And you can't get money and have
exactly.
beef at the same time.
Yeah,
We
you
talked
gotta
about
mess
that,
that up.
last week when my man Tone was on there, we had different principles, but as far as your story, so after you seeing all that, what, made you say, you said they had the hustle, they had merengue, salsa, el barrio, all that stuff. What made you say, I want to get into this dance thing heavy?
So when I got the scholarship for Nelly, I became one of the best, and I was gonna go on the next 4 years. And I was in 9th grade at that time, and I was 15. And even in performing arts, I was with Savion Glover, the tap dance kid. And what happens? I finally meet someone, and back then, Mom, I was adopted, so my aunt who raised me, she was like, if you ever do anything, you call me, we go to the hospital, you get your pills, you be safe, and da-da-da-da. That didn't happen. She just opened the doors for me one day if I find them. So I had met someone that I was with for 6 months, and the first time, finally, after 6 months, I did what I did. We got together. He was a virgin, I was a virgin. The first time, I became pregnant.
Okay.
So what happens then? I have school, and I'm young, and I'm embarrassed. I'm saying, I don't want it, Mom. I want to continue off Nelly. I got all this success. Usually a daughter's like, no, I want to have this kid. Nobody's going to tell me nothing. And I was like, no, I want to finish. I want to have college. I want to get married to a Marine guy, whatever.
Yeah.
I had dream. And it didn't happen that way, and the universal God had his course to make that happen because my aunt, who saved me from getting an abortion, my mom, my real mom getting an abortion, she interfered that and she saved my life.
Right.
And she said, now you lay on the bed, now you make it. And I'm like, but I gotta go to school. You wouldn't want. She was like, no, I don't believe in abortions. So now I'm this great dancer about to tour and do other stuff and working with famous other dancers. And I felt like my life was over. But I was like, I'm not gonna let this stop me. So I was teaching, I was in school, pregnant, holding my stomach in the dance class, doing my thing. And then that's when the teacher pulled me to the office and with the principal, you have something to tell us? And I'm like, no. Holding my stomach in, like, you're not gonna stop me from dancing. And I was like 4 or 5 months holding that in. And they was like, well, you know, when you grow up, you get this, you form differently. Is there any? So I told her, and they all was like shocked. I was disappointed, but they let me graduate, of course, and then I had to go to Juilliard Richmond, but I was too big, and I was like, I'm gonna still teach. So I was still working with my school, helping them performing, bringing my dancers there. And that, out of nowhere, my director from LaGuardia Corsi House, that's where the boys used to play ball, we had a space there to rehearse, and the director came to me, again, my challenge of choosing life. He said, if you want to come here and rehearse, either you be with this professional ballet dance company, they bring their portable floors and you join them, or do a Broadway show. I'm 17, that's when I started the company. I'm like, Broadway show? I don't even know nothing. Like, back then we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have no Instagram, Facebook, or none of that. And I didn't have a brother or cousin or uncle who was in the industry. And I just felt like my life was being taken again of my gift. And I just took the challenge and I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do the Broadway show. And I'm like, I don't know how the hell I'm going to do that, but whatever. So what I did, from 15 dancers in 3 months, I had 60 dancers. I did cake sales back then. That's how we used to do it. And I had my graffiti artists from back then do my graffiti flyer. And I had DJ Test Smooth, one of my DJs. He donated for me Double R and Jibo the Pro. They came with the mics, whatever, to hook it up for me. And, you know, I had to do 8 different choreographies, get the costumes, host the thing, performing myself, and it became like over 350 people. It was sold out at LaGuardia's gym. And at the end, I was just worried about, and now I gave birth, so now my son is grown, you know, 1 year old, whatever, and the director's coming, and he's like, so, I was like, so James, his name is James Sola, he just died last year. Last week made a year of his loss. So he says, so Violet, I said, so James, so what do you think? Because all I did was put old school merengue mix, hip hop mix, the hustle, b-boy, everything. And he was like, this was great. Are you ready for next year? And I'm like, hell no, I'm done. This was too much. And it just showed me from there on, it's 30 years now. Because of him, he challenged me to do an event that I never or had the experience to. Wow, now I'm coordinating, executive director, choreographer, producer. Now I challenge my dancers. So now I show them that I went through it. My father was killed by the gun. My brother was killed by the gun. You know, when people come and tell me stories, I'm like, you want a challenge? We could battle on issues. You know, it's what can we do to help each other to get out of it. So things like that, that's how I challenge myself in my life, and that's where it all started.
You went through a lot of adversity. To accomplish what you accomplished, you went through a lot of adversity by being pregnant, hiding the pregnancy, still doing it, and then your father and your brother.
Yeah, from my real brother from my mom's side, because I was adopted, and my stepdad who raised me, he was killed in that block.
Oh, so when you say you was adopted, you knew your biological mom?
Yeah. Well, I found out when I was like 8 years old, when, you know, because the sisters used to celebrate Christmas. It's crazy, it was this mom.
Your adopted sisters?
No, my mom and her sister, they were sisters.
Oh, you talking about family?
Right.
Oh, okay.
So, but I'm not supposed to know. I didn't know. And even in the birth certificate, don't have my real mom's name. It's hers. So I would have never known until my real sister opened her mouth and I went across the street to get the snow spray for the tree. And she's like, you know, that's not your mother. And
That's
I'm like,
your aunt.
yeah, I'm right. I'm like, yeah. She's like, no, I'm sorry, you my sister. I love you. I'm like, no, you're not. You're my cousin. Stop playing. And I'm like, now I'm getting scared. Like, you're lying. And then I ran across the street and I was like, Mommy, right? You're my mother. And then my real mom is there like shocked, like, what the hell's going on? Marissa's saying that you're not my mom. Right, Mommy, you're my mom. And she was like, we'll talk about it when you get older and you'll understand. No, I want to understand now. And she told me.
Yeah.
They told me and I was like in a denial. I'm like, no, you're my mother. You know, it was
The
like,
good thing it was
right.
my family though.
Right.
That's your aunt.
So
Yeah.
you become bitter, and I was
Yeah.
just grateful that whatever in me didn't become that, because my real mom just passed away 4 months ago, and I tried during the years in my life giving her the best love as an aunt, as a friend, you know, and from time to time, if I'm with somebody, I'm like, oh, that's my mom, to make her feel good, but even her dying days, I was like,
Your mom and your aunt looked alike?
yeah. Yeah. One was dark skin, your color, and one was, my real mom is my color.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that was my life in the struggles of knowing what is it not to have and not being loved or not being accepted. You thinking, you know, God, now I gotta go through my new brothers and sisters who don't accept or angry because we're getting in trouble, and they're like, I can't wait till you leave. You're not our sister. Now they know the truth. So, you know.
And they really your cousins, but.
Right, you know. So I was like, I brought you to this world. I told mommy to have ya. You know, so it was a lot that I gone through that I was able to relate to my community. And then the struggles of betrayal. I never had the disrespect of men in the industry. Men really respected me, and whoever I worked with, you might have a like or whatever, or hey, I liked you for the past 20 years. Oh, now you tell me now. But it was a respect. I held myself respectfully in this industry and as a leader and an example to my community, because if I don't do that, I'll get run over, used, and we become vulnerable. So we make the wrong choices.
So by you being adopted, do you find yourself being more lovable to your kids? Because they say most people who's adopted is really, really lovable and like really clinging to their kids.
Right. Well, I love my kids, but it's true. It's true. I love my kids. I will go whatever. It's a wrap. But I give them tough love.
Right.
You know, so because I want them to respect me. It's 3 boys that I deal with, men now, and I still gotta try to see if I can upcut one of them. You know, like I'm like, God, we still here, you know. Before I used to be like, oh, put your hand on the Bible, and I used to get away. Okay, ma. But now you gotta really show that manly part, and I don't want to do that. So. But I want to show them the love and appreciation, showing them, look what mom did. I'm trying my best. It's not easy. And it's hurtful to them because my dedication was to the community, to everybody else. Christmas, getting gifts for everybody else. Meanwhile, nobody knew I didn't have a tree home, or I didn't have money to get gifts for my own kids. You know, getting from sponsors what he gave everybody, I couldn't get that back here to my own son. You understand? So those were the trials and tribulations, the choices that I took, and I said, it's okay. God will bless us one day, and God is happy because me and you, we're helping others. You know, but that's not their problem. It's like, that's not my problem. I didn't choose to come here, now you did it with them. But I try my best to keep them happy, and all my boys dance at one time in my company, but the third one is in high demand, and he's a dancer, choreographer as well.
So let's talk about your company, kr3ts. What does that stand for the public?
Keep rising, KR, to the top. There's 3 T's. That's why I abbreviated that, because it was too long, me trying to decide what was the name that I wanted to give, because I wanted to just we can't be stopped. That was the first one, CBS. But I said, if I have CBS, everybody's gonna be thinking about Channel 2.
Right.
If I put it on flyers. So I said, I gotta change it. I gotta make sure we original. And then I thought of, I'm gonna just keep rising to the top. Nobody's gonna stop me, because while being young, I was always being stopped, taken away, my dance or my situation, my success. And it's, 30 years now.
So when you first started the company, what was the trials and tribulations of you, to get it to be get attention, to brand it, to get it exposure?
Back then, I didn't think about the success. I want this company to be $1 million. It is worth $1 million if you want to know. It's not. But I didn't think of that. I was just, this is my passion. I want to help everybody else. And we was just about it in our community performing. And I was touring with a General. He was a famous rapper, #1 in the world. He was a General. Muévelo, muévelo, que sabroso. He was dope.
Okay. Puerto Rican?
Yeah, no, Panamanian.
Oh, Panamanian, okay.
Yeah, and a legend. So I did my thing, so it wasn't something that I was thinking about business. So if I did charge monthly, it was like $40 back in the days for 3 years. Every year they raise it, but no, I was 3 years, 4 years, the same thing. Then okay, let me do it for $50 a month, because now we gotta organize. Now we're incorporated, so now I gotta pay taxes. I gotta tax exempt, do these workshops. I gotta pay the accountant. So I gotta find ways and show funders, because Charles B. Rangel, Congressman Charles B. Rangel was the one. His chief staff was like, Vale, you should be a nonprofit. You're giving to the community so much. And the government can help you with that too. And I'm like, what the hell is 501c3? I don't understand. And I went to the classes, the course, and in a month I did it. But I still don't know. It's still hard. I'm like, okay, whatever I had to do to put that name, get incorporated, but I still wasn't getting funding. What do you need? A grant writer.
Right.
How you get those grant writers? Back then there wasn't YouTube, no LinkedIn, no nothing. So it's like word of mouth, or somebody. But a 17-year-old going to someone who's in the business to believe us. So I don't like begging. I'm like, you know what, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna find my ways. I'll work 3 jobs and I'll pay for whatever. And that's how I kept doing it until we would be more established. And I found friends that I grew up with that are clothing line that have their business, or soda pop, and hey, I'm having my event, I'll bring you this, I'll bring you that, or I'll give you money to get this and I was like, oh my God, this is helping me so much, But it's been always difficult. For 30 years, I didn't even pay myself as an executive director. I should be getting paid maybe right now $60,000 a year, that's the least, to $100,000, and I'm still working other jobs on the side to keeping my company open, and that money goes to my choreographers, to my accountant, to my marketing people for videos and stuff like that. So there's a sacrifice in this.
So, wow. So I heard earlier you said you performed in LaGuardia. LaGuardia House in the east side, or LaGuardia
The
downtown?
one in the east side.
Oh, I used to play ball in there.
Really?
House, yeah.
Well, Savion Glover was there, Abron Glover, his brother, and they used to be like my good friends, best friend back then. He used to be like, what's the new step? What's the new style? That's how, and it was fun. That was a real performing arts.
So where y'all practice at right now?
Right now through Zoom, we had a space.
No, I'm saying the space, but outside of it.
The space is arts. It's called Art Space, El Barrio Art Space, in 99th Street and 2nd and 3rd. But we're not available to go in.
Yeah, I know right now. But you rent it out, or that's like pretty much yours?
No, I wish. Rent out, we pay yearly for that place. So that's where also I try to get money and funding so that I can cover that as well, the space.
Because you said you charge a monthly fee?
Oh, that
or a
too.
yearly fee?
So my monthly fee went now, it's been 30 years, right? 40 from like maybe 8 years with the company. Now I charge $150 a month, which is nothing. The caliber and credentials and everything we've done and where we at, it should be $350 a month, twice a week, 4 hours a day, and training them all styles. You go to a class now, it's once a week, and it's only 1 hour and a half, and not good teachers, and then they want you to buy costumes for your kids, and also travel and buy the plane ticket. I try to get the costumes for them. I feed them. I drive them. I try to do the best to make it comfortable.
All right, so
for them.
you said you charge $150 a month for it.
And not all paid. If I have, right now I have 40 dancers before the COVID, and out of 40 there was only 3 to 4 people that were paying, and the rest couldn't afford.
And you don't just say you can't come.
No,
Wow, that's good.
it
So-
hurts me.
Yeah,
It's
it hurts.
like,
It hurts.
I can't say don't come. You
Right.
know, in the
Oh, so
business.
you gotta
Technically,
come
you
anyway.
can't say,
Yes,
technically
right,
you
I
can't, 'cause
could.
that's the rule. The rule is
Right.
$150 a month.
Right, you're
So-
not gonna go
She's
to.
showing love. She's showing
Well,
love.
I said she's showing.
I can relate to that. I can
Sacrifice.
relate to
I can relate to
that.
that.
I can relate to that because you know I'm a trainer, right? And I got a fee.
Right.
You know I'm expensive.
Right.
But
your work.
I know everybody can't pay that price. You know what I'm saying? So some people, you know, I'm like, you know, I know I'm getting devalued, but I want to help them. So I'll let them pay me the smaller price because you know, it all add up.
Plus,
I like
I'm
helping
getting
people.
I'm getting.
Right, but I'm just saying, but I know, but still, you still sacrificing.
Right.
Whether you get nothing or you cutting your pay, you still sacrificing because you got the love of it. I got the love of what I do. When you got the love of it, everything is not a fee for everybody
That's right.
sometimes.
Right.
But no, but like I said, is what the difference is something like she said she had to keep that placeholder. She paying the yearly fee. Then she had to pay the choreographer.
Content and
So
choreographers, and I
that's
pay
a little
myself.
different. Like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's like
I'm not
more
getting
than
a set,
sacrifice.
yeah,
Yeah.
blessing.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll get funding, a blessing through a nomination, and I'll get the money, and boom, the money goes straight to the company.
But you know what? It comes back in other ways though when you do that. Blessings.
Don't tell me. Oh,
Blessings.
it's
So,
okay.
so how many choreographers?
I still live 5 flights up, Papa.
Right.
I don't live in a condo or
Right,
a
right.
house, and I don't care about it.
Right.
But now I do care, because 5 flights with your back at your 25 years old,
Yeah.
it's not always good carrying costumes and
Yeah.
products and all. But you were saying-
So like, do you like speak with the parents, see where they can't pay anything?
what happens
Because
is
something always better than nothing. This way
Right.
it will motivate. The reason why I'm saying this because I know sometimes it gets to that point where it's like, and this show drain your heart and
Right.
you sticking with it, but at the same time, you get older and you're like, man, like
where's
I'm not
mine?
where mine. Like I want
Right.
to do these things and I'm constantly doing this where you could just say forget it. So
Right.
the boy was saying forget it. Is why I asked that. Like I'm saying, okay, you can't pay 150. Can you pay 50? Can you pay 60? Like you know something.
Right.
This way it can help balance it and then it keep you motivated.
So what happens is when a dancer comes and joins, we get dancers that are even older or, you know, they're not 5 years old, 7 years old. Maybe I have 2 young ones. But the rest are like maybe 13 and up. So a lot of them, that's when they're on their own.
Or their parents don't support
Or
them.
they're not involved, or they don't believe in their passion as well,
Yeah,
which
right.
I can relate, because my mom used to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing all that stuff for free. Oh, you're wasting time.
Yeah.
You know, and where I'm at now, my mom's like, that's my daughter.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the same thing happened with
Which
my
I
son.
understand.
His mother was like always trying, you know, she loved the fact what he was doing, but she rather him think it was taken away from him, you know, working and all that type of stuff. And he used to come to me, I'm like, yo, listen, man, do what you gotta do, man. You know, work a job, but keep doing what she didn't really.
Right.
See, but you seen his
talked to
passion.
this-
See,
yeah,
the
yeah,
difference
yeah,
is
yeah.
you more in the game, so you see.
Yeah, it helps.
Like you watch videos, or he could get this, he could establish artists can bring him on the team. You seen it.
Yeah.
Like I said, you
Right.
work with bad boy stuff, so
Yeah.
you saw like it's possible. Like
Right.
anytime you dance, it can happen.
Yeah.
She ain't see that, so it's
Yeah.
easy for you to say.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
but,
and that was the struggle but all those years I earned a great reputation, earned my stripes of who I am as a dancer. I was battling in that block party, in the clubs, Roseland, all that. I was getting it on,
Right.
battling guys. So I earned my stripes. The word went out. That was the best time marketing, word of mouth, back
Yeah.
in the days. That's how Crazy Legs figured me out.
Yeah.
The reason why I knew about you, Violet, because everybody was talking about you, him and Fable, Pop Master Fable. And I was like, wow, I didn't know it went that far like that. So, you know, like things like that helped. But now, like you said, can I ask these parents? It's hard. Because I know, because I came from there. And I know, you know, some of them live in a house. But it's still a struggle. Just because you got a house, people think you're rich. Oh, they got money, or you got this beautiful car. Well, I earned that car. You know, so I don't try to like beat them if they can, but how can you help us? Maybe barter, or maybe next month we're doing a Christmas thing. Can you bring 2 dishes? Which is still not much.
It's not much, but like you said, you gotta get something
show
out of them.
them.
Like that's like even the kids. If you okay, you 13, 14 years old, you want something. Okay, you better be promoting crazy on your social media.
Right. Which is the.
I had to see that. I'm looking that you passionate. You not because sometimes when stuff free, it's
I know.
not easy. But
They
when you
abuse it.
you couldn't abuse it. But when you passionate about it, okay. Now I'm studying your social media. I want to see kr3ts. I want to see it blasted. I want to see when we have a show or something, how many people you can bring out. Because you have to contribute in other ways. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to, I know you move real nice and everything like that, but sometimes you have to kind of make people
And trick
fire
them to
behind
show them that.
so they got the other things you
Yeah,
be
like
strong in
I mean,
other
I
areas.
really relate what you're saying, Doc. If you can't contribute financially, do contribute some type of way to show that you know anything helps. We don't always have to be about money, man. You know, help me set up, help me take the stuff down.
Right.
You know, bring a dish. You know,
Right.
promote on social media. All that shows that you know you trying to help some type of way, but to do nothing is like.
The other
It's
thing
kinda hard.
is, then a lot of these dancers that are trained are famous. They're doing great. They're traveling all over the world. They're doing, you know, videos, concerts, you know, they're on billboards. And these are, not that I trained them for 1 day, 1 month, or 1 year,
Yeah.
8 years for free,
Yeah.
these dancers.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even get a thank you or an invite to their concert that is not even it.
And they don't
J-Lo's.
donate nothing back?
I have like maybe 2 of them that are back in my company. They're like 3 of them, and they're like, V, we love what you're doing. Now we get it, we understand, because they went out there and came back. They always gave me love. There's a few in LA that gives you love, and that's what they do, give you love, or a like on Instagram, or yo, I remember this, I remember that memory, Bob, you know, maybe one post that they put. But that's it, you know. I would think, you know, like, damn, you blessed me, I'm gonna invite you to one of my events.
Right.
You know,
That's
damn,
right.
you
That's
made me
right.
who, whatever, like, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
The guy that just passed away, I just came from a funeral, and what happened?
Mhm.
That guy opened the platform for all my dancers that are famous now. I have to come and show face and show that family love and speak to each and one of them and let them know what that man did for all of us in El Barrio.
Yeah.
You know, I'm never gonna forget. Now I'm gonna pay tribute to him on our 30th anniversary and other people. But that's the way you pay back.
Right.
Some way. How could you just ignore or not want to speak on it on your resume?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, see me, that's what hurt more. Cause me and V go through this all the time with people. The one thing, like I say, anything in money. Talk about this. The beat 139.
Right.
When you on your book, on your path, your resume, the beat 139.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Speak highly of it and let it be known. You know what I'm saying? I remember these days here, when you in an interview, speak on that. Like, you know, this is where I came from. Like how we interviewing you now, and you talking about him. That's how it should be. Let's say whoever you're talking about, some of the guys on the billboard. Let's say we interview them, they should speak your name, the company. That's how it's supposed to be.
Like if 105.1 calls you, you're gonna
Exactly.
speak about this. Yo, we're partners. We've done automatically, but like it's hard for them to do that. I don't know if I'm still a threat. I don't understand. Like, it's not gonna hurt you to say who helped you, where you at, and made you. Matter of fact, made you. I made them, and you're not gonna mention none of that. That's sad. That's
I can see that you're not worried about it, but I can see it bothers a little bit. It's like, yeah, people don't appreciate, man, what I did for them.
Right.
You know? And I did it for the love too.
Right, and I thank God that I'm strong-minded, that I'm independent, and I'm not gonna allow that to have me look at other new students and be like, F you, nah, you're gonna have to pay, cause what I went through before, I'm not gonna go through it now. And that's in the contract where if you become a celebrity, you're gonna mention this, that, and that's what people tell me, Molly, get on the contract, and I'm like, it shouldn't even have to be like that.
Right.
Because when you came, you was a nobody.
Right.
But
And, you know.
But you know, it's sad to say, but I kind of agree with them people because
Yeah.
I know if I was in your shoe, I'd be sick. Like, I'm not hiding. I'm gonna be sick because I'm, like you said, you ain't eating behind us. And then now you still doing the same thing, a bunch of free people, free, and like you said, you seeing talent in them. Out of 40 people, won't be a couple gonna make it. Some won't make it. There ain't no question about that. So maybe it should be some type of moral clause in it. Like, you know, it ain't paying me like, you know.
Right, and even those that used to pay me, when they become a professional dancer, like maybe 2 years or 1 month or a year, and I got them performing in places, I stopped them from paying. Like, I'm like, now you're on another level. You earn your stripes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like not only that you're gonna come here and join, because you could go to Alvinelli, Broadway Dance Center, whatever dance company. You gotta pay for your training. And later on, they don't care if you're performing, touring with them. You still gotta pay.
Yeah, they technical. So let's talk about some of your accomplishments. You know, you went through all that. You know, come from El Barrio. You supported a lot of people. You taught a lot of people. You know, you showed the love that a lot of people, like you said, Alvin Ailey and all these other big dance company, they probably wouldn't tolerate. So you have a billboard somewhere, don't you?
Oh yeah, right. I did. It was a TV show called Cover Shot, and I didn't know that part of that show they chose women over 30s. Still 25. Women over 30s, but they chose me like, Molly, you look a little 30. Women over 30s and how to make their dreams come true. And in 2 days they changed me. They took off my nails. They dyed my hair back into the original and put extensions, and I was a model, so I was walking the runway trying on like 12 dresses, 13, 15 dresses, and then at the end they pick you up in a limo and drive you to Times Square to choose the photo shoot of your choice. But I didn't know while I'm in the streets looking at the guy. He was like, so we thought about a 5'7" picture. Nah, but we thought about an 8x10, and we thought it was best to get you a bigger one that everyone can see. So I'm like, you ready to see your picture? I'm like, yeah. But not knowing, and my dancers were there, they surprised me there too. And right there across the street was a billboard, blank white. So he said, turn around, look at that billboard. And then he had a walkie-talkie. He was like, guys, bring it down. And all you see is the white curtain coming down slow. And I'm like, that's me. And I'm like, wow, I look like that? And then I'm like, nobody's going to remember me. Because I was too fly. And then in the bottom it said, Violeta, famous at last, something like that. And I was like, okay, my name is there, so they'll know that's me.
So how long was it up?
Congratulations. I'm getting to
So that TV show, they do it and you're out for a week in the billboards, but because it caught a high rating and the story was touching to everyone, they put it for 2 weeks.
Wow.
So you tell everybody to go visit it, go down?
No, people were calling me. People were calling, yo, beep, yo, these people, I'm trying to take a picture and they don't want me to move, but I'm parking, I'm taking a picture of you. I'm like, wow, that's great. And I went there to bring my mom, rest in peace, to experience that 50 stories high and 5 flights, you know, at the Sheraton Hotel, across the street from where I started my dance class at Alvinelli, where I went and got my first ballet shoes at Capizio, across the street from
That's
that.
hard work? Serious, right? Cool. So let me ask you a question. So, did that bring up your popularity in the community more? Did it raise it the level?
No, just the respect and inspiration to others. What happens, I don't know. Every time something good happens with me, people are inspired. Because they see, again, the struggle and the story, and they're like, damn, V, and if you did it, I can do it. Because, you know, popularity, I wish it took someone, Marc Anthony, to say, hey, we need to support this organization because I come from Spanish Harlem and we got to make this happen. And these dancers were in his videos at one time, and his ex-wife, you know? So, like, things like that, it's hard to get a connect. But the touching other lives and my success, being in the billboards, I did Grand Theft Auto 3. I did the choreography to the game, and I'm a cartoon in Grand Theft Auto 4. And when I did that, again, everything I did, I never told people. People would call, and some guy from LA that's a famous B-boy was like, yo, congratulations. I was like, what? I didn't get married or pregnant. He was like, no, yo, the Grand Theft Auto 3, and I was like, oh, I did that 6 months ago. He's like, what you mean? Oh, that's like #1 in the world. And I was like, yeah, but I'm still 5 slow. You know, I got paid for it, but you know, that doesn't, but thank you, you know what I'm saying?
So you eat through that way, like when you do big projects.
Like what you mean, like
Like
that's
you
how I
said
get
you-
my blessings in the sun?
No, I'm saying you eat that way when you get the money, but not like on a monthly basis, but when you do like big projects.
Right, and those are things that don't even come all the time.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I'm
know, I
saying?
know.
So it's like you gotta either be out there or eat crap and kiss butts, excuse my language, you know. But I don't do that. I know my worth, and I'm gonna continue. And I worked with Jim Jones. I did the Purple City Bird Gang video. I worked with Joe from Jive Records, Motown. Like Lumi D, the that was #1.
Yeah, Lumi D, yeah, I remember that
right?
video.
So those are my dances.
Yeah,
My
all them
son,
dances,
yeah,
yeah.
that's my choreography. I was there. My son was 2 years old, B-boying. He used to be called B-boy Noah a lot. And so, you know, I've been there, did that, done that, and it's great. But I'm like, you know, I did a TV show, a Latin TV show that's famous,
Yes.
Christina, and
I know Christine.
Yeah.
we
watched
You know
it all.
Christine.
yeah.
What you mean?
So they
We
blessed
watched that
me,
shit.
right? I get another blessing after years pass, and they came to my home and they were like, so this is your room? And I was like, yeah, you know, I had like a flat bed with the whole lace, what you call that, a little see-through fishnet curtains. I felt like I was in Roman time.
Yeah, right.
But she was like, so you say your back is hurt? That's the problem. And I was like, well, you know, that's what I have. I'm good. I'm okay. 2 days later, they called me, the producer, and they were like, this is not part of the surprise we're gonna give you, but we're gonna give you a bedroom set that really will be great for your back, which I still have now. But my thing with that, they offered to give me, they surprised me. Elves came in the TV show and they told my story. I cried and all. And then they came with elves with boxes of gifts, you know, big like that to the smallest. And she was like, we gave you, open it. So I opened one, it's like a diamond ring or bracelet, tennis bracelet and all. And I'm like, She was like, we have a surprise for you, because they told me, what's my dream? I said, to have a studio, that's it.
Yeah.
Or pay it, don't even give me the money, or, you know, just the first floor. So I'm thinking is that.
Yeah.
And then when she's like, they come with all those boxes, and I'm like, oh, I'm crying. She's like, don't cry. In my mind, I'm like, why? I don't need jewelry. She gave me $10,000 worth of jewelry. She said, we want to bless you what you deserve. And I'm like, oh, I'm crying. It's hurting me. But she's thinking I'm crying because I'm happy.
Right.
I appreciate it. But I'm
Right.
like, I don't even get those type of jewelries from a man. And I'm going to get that from, you know, Christina, which I love. But I told the producer, I said, girl, I'm going to get robbed now when I go back home. Because they flew us out to Florida. And when I was like, now I'm going to have to graffiti my door. Sorry, too late. I already got robbed. Everything's taken, whatever.
Yeah.
But maybe a year after, they stole all my shit.
What?
Yeah, so I never
You
got
got
to
you?
even, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, when you get the call to get on the show, all your students, did you tell them to tune in and watch you?
No, they flew out 12 dancers to
No,
surprise
I'm
me.
talking about this show right here, the Beat 139.
Oh yeah, I posted it up and all, but
'Cause
I don't know.
No, but the reason why I said it, because this is important with people, this part of support too. And also, because like when people come on the show, a lot of times, Via tell you, a lot of good things happen for people after this interview. Like,
Right.
you know, sometimes, like I said, make it donations, you make it sponsors, who knows?
Right.
But the key is the support your people have also. It's like everybody chipping in. We do our part, and they should also see this. That's why I asked, did you tell them And you should be like, well, listen, come watch my interview, support me, because now it could click into them. Like, cause you saying some real deep stuff.
Right.
Sometimes it's like a movie where you could watch it and you could relate to it. Like some movies touch people and people be sad and cry.
Right.
So now, your students, you said you have 40 or 60 students, and even your choreographers, they could all sit back and sometimes they listen, and it could get them more than you when you there and the mix working.
Right.
You're not talking about
Right,
this.
right.
So now they see the other side, like, damn, how people, it's like a movie. Damn, they did it like that. That's why when we do our interviews, we like to go from start to finish
Right.
because it can touch somebody more. Now, your students seeing this, they be like, man, I'm gonna make sure that may make them want to help you. That's
Right.
why I tell you, we always tell people, he do the post and everything. Make sure you promote also. Tell your people to watch and subscribe and you know what I'm saying? Because it help your interview grow also. Like you know, they subscribe.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we posted, and I had a Zoom meeting yesterday, and I announced it as well. But you know, again, during this COVID, it's even hard to get everybody together or to be active. A lot of people are depressed, angry, bitter. I had to speak to
Everybody have a phone, so
Yeah.
don't use no excuse for that.
I'm not using excuse. I'm talking about this is what's going on, and a lot of them they lost their dad. One of them that I had to really speak to last night. You know, the depression is bad, and I'm thinking it's only for the teenagers. But I'm hearing my friends that she wants to help me on a project, but I'll wait for you to talk about it. What we're gonna do for December 22nd, and she was like, I saw you helping the homeless, and I want to be down with you. Let's do this. You know, I've suffered a depression. I couldn't. You know, this is really bad. It's hitting me bad. And I'm like, this is a strong person. So I could imagine what a lot of my dancers are going through and dealing with their parents home as well. I hear the stories even before they're knowing what's going on for me. Again, you have a program where people want to come because there's a need. If I go to welfare, I need money, I'm gonna go to them and they're supposed to give me that. I'm not gonna go, well, how can I go and help you? Like, our mind is, I need this help, I need this, or I wanna learn how to sing, and you're thinking the person established, and that's it. You know, they don't really think beyond, especially now. You know, I'm like, I'm suffering too, Papa, like, I'm crying too, I got you. But let's find a way to be strong and let's support, let's give, let's throw it in, you know.
Yeah. Let's talk about that event you just brought up, being that you brought it up. What is her name? The one that's on the flyer?
Diana Ayala?
Yeah.
That was the event we did 2 weeks, the week of Thanksgiving. And what I wanted to do was serve our seniors and our homeless. And I wanted my dancers to really be in that moment to be reminded, because nowadays we walk and be in the trains and we see old people or anybody and we just pass them. But when you're in hand to hand, now I'm like awoke. So I did that, and I had like coffee serving for them while they're waiting online, hot chocolates. I had a DJ playing old school music for them to, you know, keep their spirit alive. These are the worst months, November, December, January, you know, the holidays. So I wanted to give back, and I gave hats, scarves, gloves, and official masks, like 120 bags that I put together. We were able to get hand sanitizers with that water, and then I had a chef that came and brought his meal to go for everybody to take. We had professional, my famous dancers, their celebrity dancers, dancing with them, hyping them up, and we had a healthcare health organization that came to give some pamphlet out. So I wanted to do that to give that reality check to them that we're all gonna be there one day. You need to see this. You need to see how they're living, or with their child coming just to get a plate of food or the hat that they don't have. So that was the thing that we did for Thanksgiving, the week before. And what we're doing now, Diana Ayala was the councilwoman for that. She was a part of it. But what we're doing now is, I want to serve now the teens that are lost, that are homeless, mental issues, and I'm trying to get a hold of Safe Horizon, and we want to do the bags as well, a bag to go for them and get them necessities, because if they're still in the streets, they need wet ones, a hand towel, maybe to go toothbrush, toothpaste, and the little small spray. Like when we go travel, we got that kit. So I'm trying to put all that together, maybe even a small book planner, journal where they gotta express their feelings, what they're going through, you know, sorrows. And I wanted to bring a chorus to come sing for them and feel jolly for the moment. And hopefully I'm getting a special guest actress who works in The Orange is the New Black. I can say the name yet until she says the day is good, but she's interested in wanting to be a part of it. So we're trying to get all the goodies, 100 sets of anything that sponsors can have or products that they have or donations so we can get, because if I'm gonna do something, you're gonna feel good when you come, the audience is gonna feel good, the people in need is gonna feel, I'm not gonna give you leftovers, I'm not gonna give you, you know, from the side, no.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we're doing December.
So who helping you put all this stuff together? So it sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it's me. It's me.
There you go. You again, huh?
So this event on, you said December
December
22nd?
22nd.
Where is it at?
I'm trying to do it for Safe Horizons, that's in 125th, but it's hard connecting with them, so somebody else is gonna call them. Diana Ayala, we was in a funeral together, her assistant is gonna call them directly to see what's going on. Cause we wanna see if we're able to go inside, or if not, if it's outside, that we make everything, we gotta do a setup. So, and in the funeral service,
Yeah.
the owner was like, I wanna be a part of it, you know, cause look how crazy it is. The one that does makeup and help embalm is one of my dancers from the first generation of my company. She works there.
Oh, wow.
So that's one blessing, going to the funeral. You never know who you bump into, guys.
Yes.
Do not give up wherever you go. There's always a reason, season, and reason. I said that twice, right? Reason, season, and time. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, I always go, when I go out on a lounge or an event and I don't feel it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go either to teach somebody something or get something from somebody or a hookup, you know, a network.
So how do people get in touch with you if they want to participate in what you're doing?
So you can reach out, call, text through the number 646-302-1817. We have an Instagram, Violet, VIOLET _kr3, the number 3TS. You know, or email. If you go Google me, and you'll find the website, kr3ts.com, and you'll find everything, videos, stuff we've done. Right now, we're in the movie In the Heights, and that's coming out June 18th, 2021. My son is one of the main actors, and he never thought he was going to be an actor. He was just chosen for one of the best top 10 dancers to be in that movie.
Right.
And John Chu from Crazy Rich Asians movie, he's the one that did it. So he was like, did the audition, chose him, and he had to be the actor / graffiti artist, dancer. And a lot of my dancers are in it, even my old school dancers from LA. So they were shocked to see me there.
Wow.
There you go. Maybe they show some love this time around, you know?
Yeah, they see you moving. Yeah, so can you let the people know what show you on tonight?
Oh, I was like, a show? Yeah, let me tell you that. We're here on the air, on the beat 139.
Yeah. Thank you for coming to the show.
Oh, thank
Beautiful.
you guys.
Support this lady right here. She's doing a lot for the community.
Like, hold up, subscribe and hit that like button. Subscribe to the Beat
Exactly.
139 and hit that like button.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay.
Yep.
There we go. Cut.
Did you take pictures of us three?